Hi, this is Rick Snyder, and I'm in Anaheim, California at the National Association of Music Merchants show, more commonly known as the NAMM Show. It is amazing here. This place is just incredible. There are so many musicians, so many people, so many different instruments, everything that you could possibly want to make any kind of music, any kind of noise, any kind of live performance. You can find it here at the NAMM Show. So, like I said, this is the best it's been in 5 years. All right, guys, are you ready to go? Let's do it. Hello, everybody. This is Rick Snyder. I'm with Rico's Blues News and Gear Up, and I'm here with Freebo and Alice. How you guys doing today?
We're doing good, Rick. Thanks for having us.
Doing great. Happy to be here with you.
Well, I'm really glad that we were able to contact one another. Freebo, what's going on in your career right now?
Well, Alice and I are working together. Alice is a wonderful singer with what I call a 1 in a billion voice. I mean, some people are just born with it, like Bonnie Raitt, Linda Ronstadt, Emmylou Harris, and Alice and I met about 7-8 years ago at a Folk Alliance conference, and I heard her sing, and I was really impressed, and I said, you want to come out to LA and I'll produce a couple songs for you? And that's led to, two working on a third record together, a live record we just did. We tour all over the country, all over the world, really, and it's been a really wonderful musical relationship. It's been great.
Amen. I second it all. It's all true. Yeah, we've been having a great time making music together, touring together, recording together, and found that we really just have just a shared love of the musical styles that we have a hybrid of all these different styles that, I grew up listening to. He played on the records I grew up listening to. So,
okay.
It's a nice full circle moment, I think, for both of us.
So is there a particular genre that you guys gravitate to?
Well, if you have to name one, I'd say Americana.
Okay.
But, Americana is really roots. It's really a combination of folk, blues, rock, country, R&B, Celtic, and all the above. It's kind of why Bonnie and I related, because she comes from so many different genres, and so do I, and so does Alice, and so it's just a natural fit. So we just write the songs from our heart, and you write the song, and it's like, okay, how does it feel? Does it feel kind of country? Does it feel R&B? Does it feel rock and roll? And then we just produce it that way. So, yeah.
So you write the song and then you decide how it's going to be arranged?
Well, the writing kind of determines that. Like if it's a 3/4 song, Alice likes to write a lot in 3/4. Doom, boom.
They're not all like that.
Yeah. So it could be a waltz or it could be 6/8. I mean, it's just, and then sometimes I'll take that 3/4 thing and I'll go boom, and so we like to work together. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been really cool for me. I've grown a lot, just in my work in the studio with Freebo. He brings so much experience, and I've just really soaked all that up. And we've gotten to work with some amazing musicians. We did my last record at Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, which was a very cool experience. And yeah, we actually did a session at Sunset Sound a year ago. And like Freebo mentioned, we have a new live record that is going to be coming out next month. That's just the two of us with our friend Jeff Fielder playing electric guitar. So that was kind of a duo, our first duo release. So we're really excited about that.
Where did you record that?
Up in Port Townsend, Washington, at a place called Rain Shadow Recording Studio. It's a beautiful little town. Have you ever been to Port Townsend?
Yes, I had friends that lived in Port Townsend. As a matter of fact, I would go up there and stay with them when I went to the Bumbershoot Festival.
Oh, yeah.
You guys been there?
I haven't. I've been to Sasquatch out in George, Washington, but there's just so many that whole area has so many great festivals, and it's
definitely has a musical culture there. You find people on the street playing pianos and all kinds of strange and unusual things. So what's next for you guys?
Well, we're actually, let's see, we at McCabe's. We're playing at McCabe's, which is
I love McCabe's.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I played there many times. Alice and I played there several times, and it's one of the best acoustic venues in the country. It's a listening room. It's a guitar shop.
I know.
And on the weekends, the back room turns into a venue, like a little over 100 seats. And people just go there to listen. There's no booze, no nothing, no food, just the music. So we're playing there on the 22nd of February, 2/22, and we're excited, and it'll kind of be the debut of the live record, and then we're going to the East Coast. We have a month's worth of gigs on the East Coast in March.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time on the road, probably half the year. I mean, we do call LA home, but we're always going to the East Coast. We were in Europe last year. We definitely we cover some miles. So.
You guys were affected by the fires or not so much?
Well, we live in Hollywood, right on the West Hollywood border, and a lot of time we go hiking up in Runyon Canyon. So the street we're on actually feeds into Runyon Canyon. And the second night of the fire, our upstairs neighbor, and I always thought Hollywood's like the safest place to be. Our upstairs,
exactly.
Yeah, our upstairs.
No wildfires.
No wildfires. No mudslides. She said, "Are we having to worry about it?" I said, "Not at all." Our neighbor called, says, "I smell smoke," and somebody said there's a fire in Hollywood Hills. So I went up the steps, went on the roof of the building, and the whole mountain is ablaze. In the Runyon Canyon where we hike, I said, "Alice, we got to get the hell out of here." And we packed both cars and took. You take guitars, take your passport, take your phone. You take some. She took a couple of her father's paintings, a couple of my father's paintings, and you just take. And you don't have much time. And we're lucky we got to come back. When I know a lot of people who didn't. And lost everything, so we're blessed.
Well, let me ask you a question. And now that we've talked about that, are you guys involved in any kind of project to help protect the environment, or any kind of cause that you're particularly passionate about?
Well, I mean, I would say we're both passionate about many eco-minded, socially conscious, liberal-minded causes. When we did our weekly online show during the pandemic, we would choose a place to donate to every week. So we would everything from like Planned Parenthood to, the Poverty Law Center. There were a bunch, but we actually coming up this Tuesday, we're going to be part of a really cool fire relief concert that's going to be out in Agora Hills at the Canyon, and that's with an organization called the Get Together Foundation, and there's going to be like over 60 artists performing, and we get to be part of that. So that'll be really cool, raising money for the Guitar Center Musicians Fund and the Firefighters Fund, I think. So, yeah. That's on the 28th if you're out in that part of LA. So
January 28th.
January 28th, and it's also going to be live streamed so folks can tune in. And if you go to my website, alicehowe.com or freebomusic.com, we have all our shows and everything listed. So.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And Rick, what's interesting is, we're in very, very interesting times, and politically and socially, and
were you aware of that?
Yeah, politically, socially,
economically,
economically, environmentally, and what we found is that we have a unique position as musicians and as songwriters and as entertainers, that we can go out and we don't have to even do political songs. We can we can do songs about love and help spread that and get people's minds off of what's going on, and maybe get their mind on love and connection and communication and the lack of separation. And so it seems like it's not a cause, but in a way it is. So what we do is a cause unto itself.
It is.
It almost feels like we're ministering to people sometimes, and like making them feel better about things and giving them like courage, to just keep going. And I feel like that is really powerful.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely something that people need today, because there's a lot of negativity, and anything that's positive, that's uplifting, And I always tell people that, better to lift somebody up than to try and hold them down. So it sounds like you guys are doing that.
Yeah, we do our best, and that's what it's all about. To me, it's about human connection, and we're all human beings, and we all have feelings, and it's the same feelings. We might have attached different people, different situation, but we all know what sadness is. We all know what anger is. We all know what joy is. We know what loss is. And so I think it's a question, and what we do with our writing is, we put our feelings into it. And when you sing the song, you put a musical foundation, a cushion underneath it that really strengthens the emotion of what you're saying. And then when you're singing, playing it, you own that. And it's a very powerful thing, and it relates to people. If they feel you feeling it, not with your eyes closed, but relating to them, then they feel it too. And that's a connection.
Really good seeing you again, and a pleasure meeting you. Yeah.
place that I know. They got one hell of a band, and they passing around number 7 brand. So get your dancing shoes, you got nothing to lose.